Shannon, back here
Yes,
again.
I'm welcome back here, right?
Yes,
Back.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's been over a year since you've been back, but we're here again.
Glad to be back.
Look at us. We're back.
That's right.
It's always so good seeing you, Shannon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing to come back on. I appreciate it. Third time.
Well, we had a great time the other times.
And this is it. This is gonna be the bad time. But then the
Oh
next time will be another
no.
good time. Yeah.
Really?
That's just the way it
Look,
works.
I want this to go so well. I'm gonna put on Do Not Disturb.
Wow. Okay, that's real business.
Yep.
How
I'm
often?
new to that.
Yeah, how often are you throwing on the do not disturb?
Well, I just started trying it out yesterday.
Okay,
So
it's so good to see you.
yeah, I think I was in Portland both times I talked to you
Mm-hmm.
before at my little art table in my living room. Now I'm in LA, in Alhambra. There's like a giant flock of, where do you live again? Somewhere down here.
Yeah, Orange County.
I was just in Orange County yesterday. I was in San Clemente doing a different podcast.
Okay, we're not going to mention the podcast here. Okay, because
It's
that's
really
just
different. It's really different. Don't worry.
and this one's
There's
better. Yeah. Yes.
mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Of course.
There's no crossover. Don't worry. No
San Clemente.
competition.
That's super south.
It
That's
took
almost
me
San Diego.
forever to get there. It was like and they wanted me to be there at 3:30. And I was like, dang, I feel like that's a really bad time to drive to San Clemente. And it was like, yeah, I think it took me 2 hours. And
Easily, yeah.
yeah, the office was on top of a mountain overlooking Camp Pendleton.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm,
Well, I'm not that professional. I don't have an office. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm just seeing your room, trying to see what posters have changed.
Nothing. That you commented on that last year. Still haven't touched it. That's just
I'm
been
glad.
the new thing though is the two tape cassette shelves right here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Side by side.
Yeah, side by side. 200 tapes. It doesn't look like 200 tapes, but it's 200 tapes. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Is it hard to get the ones out of like the middle?
No, what's difficult though is that the drums are right behind me. So when I'm playing drums, they're falling. That's what the issue is. So
Maybe that's not a good spot for.
it's not, but they're already drilled in there. Like I had my brother help me with them because we need to make it level, and I held
So
it
it's
while he
too late.
drilled it. It's in there. It's done. So maybe I don't know. I gotta do something to keep them in there. But yeah, so
You need like a roll cage to put over just while you're drumming.
absolutely. Yeah. How did you like Orange County, Shannon?
Didn't see much. It's interesting. I did have to pull off and get gas a couple of times, and it's just so different than when you pull off to get gas, like where I'm from, like in the Bay Area or something. It's just everything is so much more spread out and clean and fancy
Yeah.
and really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
Why do people have so much money there?
I don't know.
I watch Real Housewives of Orange County and I get no answers.
You would think that they would answer. You'd think that they would address these issues.
No. All I see is them spending the money.
Well, I mean, they say like you guys spend money to make money, so maybe that's part of it, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe. At what time did you get back home?
Well, I could tell you exactly. I got back around 8:15 and I left around 6ish or maybe a little bit no, about 8:30 because I went to Zebulon. Have you ever been there?
Oh yeah, I have.
okay, they were doing something really cool last night. They were doing a special viewing of Gumby, like these curated like Gumby shorts, and they had one of the original animators, or not original like from the 60s and 70s, but one of the animators from the 80s and 90s come do a Q&A. I love a Q&A. I don't know if I've ever gotten to tell you this before, but that's like one of my top favorite things. But I missed it because it took me so effing long to get the heck out of the OC and back up north to the Zeb and then to park. I
Yeah.
like take taxis everywhere, and not used to trying to drive and park somewhere where I'm not used to, and it was annoying. And I missed the Q&A, and I came in the middle of Gumby, but I did get some laughs in.
Okay,
It's
that's good.
a funny show. Are you familiar?
No, I mean, like, I know what Gumby is, in the horse. What's the horse called?
Is this a joke? Are you
No,
scamming me?
I'm no. This is this is a non-scam call. Okay, what is the
Pokey.
horse's name?
It's Pokey.
Okay, Pokey. Okay, yes. All right, gotcha. I'm with it. I get it. I'm not. I mean, like, I'm not super hip, but like, I know some of the stuff.
It's also got Prickle and Goo are his other friends who are always trying to like save his life. He has a little sister named Minga. There's these two evil identical twins who don't speak named the Blockheads. They're super evil, like sociopath children Gumbies. They're so creepy. Anyways, they're always doing fucked up shit. Like Gumby jumps into books and he can like go into a little fantasy world called like Take Pokey and his sister, and sometimes Prickle and Goo get to come. And like the first episode I watched last night, they went to a planetarium and the blockheads came while they were inside the book. They cut the page out
Ooh,
that they were inside of, and then they were lost in space. I mean, that's terrifying.
yeah. Wind up
Oh,
in
I know.
space through a book. Ooh.
Terrifying. That actually reminded me when I was a little kid, I was raised Mormon. I think I've told you that before. Um, but
Did you say Mormon? Mormon?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know I know you got a lot of us down there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've met some Mormons down here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But you were raised Mormon. I don't think that we talked about that, but okay. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So you're Mormon as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Mormon as a kid, so my whole life told about like the pearly gates and going to heaven, and all my like dead animals and friends and family would be there waiting for me when I went to join the Heavenly Father or whatever. But when I was a little kid and I would get stressed out and imagine dying, I would just imagine floating through space, like through the stars, um, and like seeing like one of our horses and like dogs that had died like really far away, and not like like not being able to get to them through space. Like that's how I imagine death. Even though everything told to me was that I was just gonna get this like warm welcome. Isn't that weird? That's fucking dark.
That's dark.
Maybe that's why that Gumby episode really scared me last night.
Maybe. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that would be the that would be a catalyst to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Ooh.
Yeah, could be it.
Yeah. That's a scary thing.
Are you Mormon?
I'm not Mormon. No. Sorry to break it to you. Yeah.
It's fine. I just like
I understand if you need to leave. I get it. It's fine. I get it.
I'm just collecting information, and I keep a list of
Of
like
who's
rock and
Mormon and who's
roll,
not.
of like Mormons and ex-Mormons that are like punks or musicians. It's just fun. And
Is it a pretty good list right now? Pretty big?
it's a pretty juicy list.
Pretty juicy.
It's like really exciting to meet someone. You know, it's like the closest thing I have to culture. Like they're gonna understand things that no one else will understand about you and the way you're raised and the way you process things and understand things and deal with things.
And the elders and whatnot.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
get that situation.
Sure, sure, sure. Uh,
Elders.
so when you were a kid, were you abstaining from caffeine? Was it like strict like that? Like no soda, no.
It was supposed to be, but my family were Jack Mormons. Do you know what that
Uh-huh.
is?
Yes, I do.
Mhm. Late, just lazy. So like my mom drank Coke.
Mm.
She was the Mormon. My dad wasn't even Mormon. He just like practiced to be with my mom. And because Glenna was a babe and really funny. And so she drank Coke. We weren't allowed to unless it was a special occasion.
Mm.
And we would ask her questions like, um, what is like, we were really stressed out about the Holy Ghost. Like, we thought it was a little kid ghost. So we were
Like
like,
a Casper? Like a dang Casper
is it a
ghost?
little boy? Yeah, maybe it was like that. Maybe because that's the one ghost we knew was a Casper. And like,
On
how'd
a
he
personal level
die?
too. Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah. On a
It's
personal
like,
level.
how'd he die? What did he look like before? Where did he live? And she
Good
would just be like,
questions.
I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know. Just ignore some of it. Not all of it is real or important. So that like really stressed me out that there weren't answers to everything,
Mhm.
especially the like confusing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That is something that you need to traverse in your own personal path. It seems like, yeah. What's your relationship with Mormonism now? I mean, are you Mormon still?
Oh no. No, but I love my family who choose to continue to practice.
And
We just
that's important.
we just I just, respect them. Luckily, my Mormon family, like my cousins and aunts and stuff, they're pretty liberal for Mormons. Like as far as I know, they're not like anti-gay, they're not racist, or anything like that. So
But are they doing
they're
soda?
they're not they don't do soda. They don't do face cards either. Like if you're playing um gin rummy or something, you can't play gin rummy because you need the king and the queen and the jack and everything. But yeah, Mormons don't use like really pure Mormons don't use face cards. But
That's like Amish stuff. Like no, nothing with the eyes or something like that too. Like that, like with dolls, like dolls with no faces. You ever heard about that? I think that's Amish that they don't do the face of a doll, so it's just like faceless.
I don't know anything about that. That's terrifying.
I think I might have that correct, but if I don't, I'm sorry.
Or
I,
maybe like the way you're explaining it is just feels scary.
I think both. I think a little bit of both. A little of them call me, a little of them call them B. Yeah. What is success to you in music?
Mm. Um, Success in music to me. I'm gonna give this two different answers because I feel two ways. I feel like um the success could be as simple as it's the the song or the music is doing what you wanted it to do. Like it's affecting the person how you wanted it to affect them, or like a lot of my songs I write because it's cathartic, because I like need to deal with something. And maybe by the time I like write it and record it and perform it for a couple of years, maybe on the other end, I feel a lot better and like lighter with that situation. And during that process, um people connect to the song in their own way, and connect their own lives to it and their own situations and get some healing. To me, that's a success. And then this other more surface way of looking at it as a success is um, that it's what I get to do for a living. I'm not wealthy. I'm like still constantly having to like pivot and take hard left and a hard right and always having to like figure out ways um, to figure out my next move in order to keep being an artist, you know. But the fact that my music, you know, my creative output is supporting my life, I feel like that is a success too. And it might not be forever. I think it will be forever. I think it will be, but it's possible it won't be. But I think it's a success right
It's
now.
here to stay. It's here to stay. It'll be here.
Yeah.
People dig your stuff, Shannon. Whether you like to believe it or not, people love it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. So yeah, I'm speaking firsthand here.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, next question here. Moving forward, has music been the most impactful way of expressing your emotions outside of just saying them, or has that been the most useful way to express something for you?
Um, outside of saying them, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and for many years more effective than actually saying anything. But now I'm a much better communicator thanks to therapy. But yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's 100% there. Absolutely. No, 99%, 100%.
I don't know how people that don't have creative outlets, be it music or art or comedy or I don't know what, cooking, gardening, you know, how do those people that don't have those kinds of outlets, like, how do they get through life? You
I
know,
don't know.
I think about that a lot. How do you get through life?
Have you ever asked somebody that you know without any
No, because
creative outlets?
I feel like that could make them feel like shit.
Do you know people without creative outlets though?
Yeah, I got a couple friends that I want to be like I have a really close best buddy who needs they need a hobby. They need a hobby. They would benefit greatly from a hobby and they are super smart and hilarious, but um I don't know. I mean, they need some outlets.
It's important. It's important to find an outlet that speaks to you.
Yeah. I mean, even one, let alone like several's great.
Yeah.
One is great, but zero, it's,
Maybe it's like meditation or something, perhaps.
no,
Maybe it's abstaining from soda drinking, whatever it is, caffeine. I don't know.
anything.
That's tough. How many outlets would you say that you have for like creativeness, Shannon? You
Mm,
yourself, rough estimate.
I don't know. I mean, how loose is this? Like, okay, so if we're talking music, are we like listing all the bands or is it just music?
I would say just
Just music,
yeah.
just music.
We'll just say just music. Yeah, for right now.
Music, art, um Well, I think art needs to be a little bit more specific because different practices require different kinds of spaces and different kinds of concentration. So I do watercolor painting, and then Seth from Hunx and his Punx just started teaching me ceramics,
Ooh.
and that's been a whole new different outlet because you're like pounding shit and throwing it around and slapping it, and that's like very good for the mind for me. But then I also have like therapy and a grief counselor, and I feel like that isn't a really good outlet. And then I feel like exercise is a good outlet. Then I feel like my dog, Spinky Joe, um, live, laugh, loving with him is a good outlet. Does that count?
I'm sorry, did you say live, laugh, loving with him is a good outlet? Is that what you said? Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like attend game nights. I feel like that's a fucking outlet. I look forward to that. Plan ahead. And then like
What's your
going
favorite game? Favorite game for game night? What would it be? If you're busting out something, what's it gonna be? Sorry, just quick side.
salad bowl.
What the fuck is salad bowl?
Some people know it as celebrity, but I feel like that's like the pedestrian version.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're big timing me right now. As a musician, these pedestrians don't get it.
Do you know that game Celebrity?
No, I don't. I'm not even
Oh.
a pedestrian. I'm like I don't know,
Okay, I
a
can
sewer person
tell
or something.
if we ever meet in person.
We have,
Let's
Shannon. We have. We've crossed paths. When I was like a young buck.
Okay, but not since I've been on your podcast 3 times as with you as an adult.
I was there at the Gumby show. I said, and you said, you went like this. That's what you said. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, that was you?
That was me. Yeah.
I thought that was a little girl.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
it's fine. But I like how that's your reaction to any little girl that's, hey, Shannon,
Get
flip
out of
him the
here,
bird.
little girl.
Get out of here. This is a Gumby.
I'm
Get out of
busy,
here.
kid. Me and Spanky Joe were live laughing and loving.
And
Time to
you're getting in
go.
the way. You gotta go. You gotta
Yeah,
go, lady.
exactly.
Sure.
No, it's because I was just really scared about that scene in Gumby, and I couldn't deal with any youths at the time.
Yeah.
Really. Anyway, if we meet anytime soon, and I know it's you, and there's other people around that like to game, we're gonna play a game called Salad Bowl. Here's how it works: you need
Tell
2
us.
teams,
Mhm.
even numbers. You need paper, pens. Everyone on each team, say there's like 5 and 5.
Mhm.
Everyone on each team is going to write down probably around 4 nouns. So person, place, or thing. It can be a proper noun. So it could be like Disneyland, or um it could be mustache, or it could be bald cap. It could be Krusty the Clown. Okay, these are some examples. Say I wrote down all of those, and I write them on a little piece of paper, and I fold it in half, and I put it in the salad bowl. Now, everyone in both teams, all 10 people, put in their little folded pieces of paper. Gets all mixed up. You're sitting on opposite sides of the room. Now, it's your team's turn to go. You have 1 minute. One person from your team stands up. Wait, do you even like playing games?
Yeah, I play games all the time. Yeah, traffic
Okay,
and stuff.
some people don't like games, so I would be wasting my time right now. But you
No,
like them.
no, I like them, and I'm glad that we're getting this tutorial as and anybody who's listening can play this as well. This
Okay.
is great.
Right now, I'm dying to play this game. I wish that there was people here. No, it's beautiful. I'm gonna go swimming in a pool after I talk to you.
Yeah, we get it. You live a lavish lifestyle. Okay, getting back to celebrity
Okay, so
salad bowl,
no, you're a
whatever.
salad bowl. Thank you.
Sorry.
So then someone is it. They stand up. Say it's me,
Mhm.
and I'm holding the salad bowl, and I'm looking at my teammates. The other team is watching every single thing I do. You have 3 rounds. That's 3 fingers, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have 1 minute. So in 1 minute, I'm going through as many of these little pieces of paper as I can. And in round 1, I can explain everything on the piece of paper without using the word and try and get my teammates to guess the word. When 1 minute is up, I pass the ball over to that team. They had to listen to everything because by the end, everyone needs to know everything that's in the salad bowl because all the words go back in. Because so you're passing it back. The other team now has to go through the rest of the words. Does it make sense so far?
Yes, I believe so.
So
But you only pulled
back
one
and
though,
forth.
correct? You only
No,
pulled
I
one
I
thing
pull as many as I
as many
can in 1 minute.
in 1 minute.
As if my teammates are not quick and not fun to play games with, they might not get very many. But if you're playing like winners, then they're gonna be fucking guessing left and right, and you might knock out so many. That's if you're on my team, you're like that. Um, and then you pass the salad bowl to them. Anyway, after you empty the whole bowl, all both teams add up how many they got, put all the words back in the bowl, and then it's round 2, baby. Round 2, you use 1 word per piece of paper. So, say you did Krusty the Clown, you have to use 1 word to explain Krusty the Clown. What word would you choose? And you have to choose wisely because if you choose the wrong word, you just get 1 word. That's it. You're fucked. You can skip twice and then you can go to the next word. But otherwise, you have 1 minute and you're stuck with this 1 word. What would you choose for Krusty the Clown?
Obviously, Gumby.
Okay, so I'd be like, Gumby, oh God. And then my teammates would maybe guess correctly or incorrectly. And then pass it back and forth, back and forth. You tally up how many pieces of paper you got right on your teams. And then round 3, charades.
Okay, so
So
yeah, so
then
it does have an element of charades. So I was like, this is it's kind of like charades. Anyways, sorry. Please continue.
then you act out Krusty the Clown
Mhm.
and all the other things you can as fast as you can. And it is so fun because you don't know what your friends are capable of. You might not know. Like the quiet people, it's kind of like it's really fun to play a drawing game with people that aren't artists because it's good. It's way funner to play with a variety of people, a variety of like people with like different ways of problem solving, like creative problem solving or very logical or whatever. It's the same way with salad bowl, someone who is maybe not good with their words could be fucking amazing at charades, but you're not normally put in those situations.
Right. Now, are you usually bringing this to the table at the party, or is somebody else suggesting salad bowl?
We'll plan ahead so that we can make sure we have an even amount of people.
Mhm.
So the last time I went and visited my mom's house in Napa, I planned a game night and I was really strict. Which I know can rub people the wrong way, but it's like I don't really want you there if you're not going to participate. If you're going to be there, I don't want you talking and distracting people because this game is so fucking fun. It's annoying to play when there's like a bunch of drunk people in the background. So I like send out a text to all my hometown friends and I'm like, there's a ripping game of salad bowl at my mom's house on Friday night. If you're coming, you got to confirm with me and exactly how many people you're bringing so I can like get the count even. And um, a friend brought along a straggler. She said, I'm just going to watch. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. This is a salad bowl party. You've got to play if you're here. And she didn't play and then she left. That's on her.
That's the game of salad bowl right there.
That's actually on my friend. He was a fool to do that to his friend. I'm really fucking nice. That's the only time I'm like, you guys, this is the one thing I love is playing fucking a good game. Oh my dog, hold on,
Please,
Spanky,
Shannon,
Spanky.
please.
I forgot. I trapped him in the hallway.
Well,
Oh my
you got to take care
god!
of it. There you go.
Come here, Spanky.
The infamous Spanky Joe making an appearance on this podcast.
Isn't he cute?
How old is that dog?
Um, like a year and 4 months old.
A
He's
young pup.
Sagittarius. I feel
Tab
like
him
I
on the
got really
podcast.
intense talking about salad
Salad
bowl,
bowl?
but
Yeah. But we're cooling it down now. All right.
well,
You're
I
passionate about it. There's
I'm
passion
on
running through
cold
you.
brew and I'm fasting, so I think I'm really intense.
Do
Did you ever?
you please, Shannon, please. I will answer your
What?
question. Yes.
Did you ever see what's that movie called? Andy Samberg, um, where he's like Evil Knievel,
Oh yeah. Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Did you ever see that?
I feel like I have, maybe not in its entirety as a youth. Anyways,
You.
youth. Well, what about it, Shannon? Please let me know.
There's just a part where shit, I forgot his name. Who's that amazingly hilarious guy that went on to be in that amazing baseball show?
Oh, Eastbound and Down. That's Danny
Eastbound and Down.
McBride.
Oh, love Danny McBride. Anyway, there's a part where he gets all pumped up and he's like, "Let's go! I've been drinking green tea all day." I guess that's how I feel.
Are you usually a coffee drinker? Is that what you go towards?
I've been kind of into black tea lately, or cold, yeah, or cold brew.
I hate tea. I don't like it.
Why?
It tastes
What do
nasty.
you not like?
It tastes nasty.
Spank, you
I'm
know.
I don't like it. People, and of course the common thing is like, oh, there's more caffeine in tea than there is in coffee. I don't care.
Is that true?
Give me the dang old coffee, you know? Give me that bitter tasting or sweet tasting, whatever. I'll drink whatever. If somebody's got a pot brewing, I'll take a sip of it. But usually when I go over to places, nobody has any coffee going, which is fine. I'm not expecting it, but it's a nice surprise when it does occur, you know?
Like, are you a night drinker of coffee?
I'm an all day drinker. Just
Oh,
whenever. I
it
used to
doesn't
get
keep you up?
I used to get coffee late at night, like during my true youth,
Oh,
from
you're like
like the ages.
A Denny's teen.
Well, I wasn't at Denny's. I wasn't that cool. I was just at a coffee shop that was open real late. So that is no longer there. But when I was a kid, it was there. And I'd go
Mm.
there at night and hang out with all my buddies and drink sweet coffee and chat.
Teens got to do something.
Yeah, that's what I did with my friends, and it was very nice. I look at that fondly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do when you were a teenager in Napa, Shannon? Like what was your days looking like? What were your nights looking like?
Um, we would go to Denny's because it was open all night, and I didn't drink coffee because it hurt my stomach, and because I was raised Mormon, like my body was not used to caffeine.
No.
So any caffeine, even like a Coke, if I drank a whole Coke, would really hurt my stomach. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think that's I don't think that's exactly true. Because I would go to a birthday party, and if no one was monitoring me, I would be chugging Coke if I could.
If somebody didn't have eyes on you, you're
Yeah.
doing it, you're sipping on it.
Oh, chugging. Like all that I could get. But yeah, hanging out at Denny's,
Playing salad bowl.
playing Uno or something like that, or exploring doing a lot of, like, exploring of, like, broken down, old, abandoned barns and buildings and stuff. Napa was pretty boring. There's a skate park there, and we would try and hang out at the skate park or, like, hang out at the movie theater and sneak in the back. Um, and then when we got a little older, instead of, like, drinking at bars, we would, like, get drunk and hang out on top of this parking garage, um, and play soccer. It's, like, up above and, like, overlooks all these bars where all these, like, tourists and townies hang out,
Mm-hmm.
and we would just, like, be above them drinking for, you know, what does a 40 cost? Drinking those and playing soccer, and
Was that your first
I
experience with alcohol? Was wine, or was it?
no, because I was Mormon, I, like, didn't really, drink. Okay, so I was Mormon, but I, I probably would have drinking younger, but then my first boyfriend became straight edge, and then he was vegan, and then he was
Oh
listening to
gosh.
hardcore music, and yeah. Um, so
Now,
yeah,
Shannon, real quick, just to kind of backtrack here. I think 2 years ago now, you told me that your boyfriend gave you a bass. Is this that same boyfriend? Was it the
that's
same?
the same guy, and we're
Okay.
friends, we're still friends.
Okay. Is he still vegan? Is he still straight edge?
No, neither.
Okay.
The last time I saw him, we were having tequila in Spokane.
And playing fucking salad bowl too, right?
No, it was
That's a
backstage.
joke.
There's no space or time. I wish. He'd probably be pretty good at salad bowl.
Have you ever expressed that saying like, hey, this is, I'm here because of that dang old bass that you left at my house, and you didn't pick it up for like a year too, right? Or something like that. So there's some
I oh,
time.
10 years.
10.
Didn't play it till I was like 25, 24, 25.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I always anytime he goes to a show, I call him out on stage. It was like, everybody, that's my high school boyfriend who gave me this Dan Electro bass in whatever year. And people cheer for him. And then I always see him afterwards, and he's always like, I was only you don't have to call me your high school boyfriend anymore. Like, we've been friends for 20, more than 20 years. I've been your friend way longer than I was your high school boyfriend. You don't have to call me that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I guess it's just like funny. I don't know,
No,
funnier in my mind.
it's funnier, and it gives more perspective.
Yeah, I think so too. In
Yeah.
context to my life, I think like 13 years we've been a band. Crazy man.
How many different people have come in and gone through these years?
Um, I don't know, maybe like maybe 5 or 5 or 6. That sounds like a lot more. But like Will and Nate, I mean Cody's just like a forever clam. And Cody and Will, I mean, they may as well be. They've both been in the band for so long at this point. Like, it shocks me because Will's always like, dude, I've been in the band for like 7 years. What the fuck? 7 years? How is that possible? Life just changes you know, in an instant. And it's 7 years later. It's crazy. But yeah, you look back at 5 years ago and you're like, oh yeah, that was a good time with Will 5 years ago and 3 years ago and 7 years ago.
Now,
But yeah,
now,
we had a lot of drummer change ups for a
no,
while before we got Sweet Nate Dog. And yeah.
you've been
And
you've been riding high ever since.
yep, yep, pretty much.
Now, for those who don't know, Will, who we're referring to, Will Sprout, right? That's it. That's how you say his last name,
Sprout.
Sprout. Did you meet him through Shayna, or was
Yeah.
that okay? Oh, so you knew Shayna before, Shayna Cleveland from Luz, obviously. Go check that interview out too. That was a great one. She was on here.
She's
Uh,
awesome. Yeah, I
she's
met
awesome.
him through her for sure.
Okay.
Clams went on tour with La Luz maybe 8 years ago. Shoot. We did like a Christmas tour together. It was really fun because we were doing Metallica songs as our encore. And and we love touring with La Luz. They're always so fun and funny. And they let us ride in their van. And yeah, Will was the tour manager. And actually, Clams are about to go on tour again, and Shayna is going to be the opening, like her solo project, which is cool. Or opener.
Awesome. Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What a great lineup.
I know. Tell me about it.
Well, let me tell you about it.
You
Okay,
should come to
Luz.
one of the shows.
Yes. When is this, Shannon?
The closest thing to the OC
Mhm.
is Pappy and
Fucking
Harriet's
Seattle.
probably.
Oh,
No.
that's fucking soon though, actually, real quick. But this will be out like way after that comes out. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like the desert though. That's the thing,
Why?
It's just not for me.
Okay.
Can I ask you your opinion on this?
Yeah.
Desert mountains, beach. Where are these sitting for you? Like, in order from least to greatest.
Each thing has to have like great swimming. I love to swim. I'm going swimming right after this podcast.
I get it. I get that you have other plans today, Shannon. Okay, and I appreciate you carve out a little bit of time for me. What is it about swimming?
Oh, I don't know. Feels good. Feels good. I feel like I love, like in a swimming pool, I love to go to the bottom of the deep end and listen. And I feel like that's the most myself, the most I can ever connect to myself is like floating in the bottom of the deep end of a pool. It's pretty weird. But I love like swimming in a river, like jumping off rocks. It just feels so great. So, I love the mountains. If there's a beautiful river that has rocks for me to jump off into the river and swim, and it's warm enough, hot enough outside for me to like camp and swim and not freeze my ass off at night. And I love the desert as long as there's some shade for me to keep cool and a great swimming pool or weird natural spring. And I love the beach as long as it's hot enough to swim and not too windy.
Do you enjoy the ocean more than the river or a lake or something like that, or vice versa, or a pool?
River,
River.
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 I think I love a river the most. Um, but I really have loved the ocean more and more. Like the more I get to travel the world and experience different kinds of beaches, the more I realize how different beaches are. Like really like they're not the same. Like I grew up in the on the Pacific Ocean, as did you, but I grew up like the Bay Area where it's so fucking cold. You cannot swim like submerged full body, even on the hottest day of the summer. Like to really be actually swimming, you need a suit or whatever. What's that called?
Wetsuit.
Wetsuit.
Do you have a wetsuit, by the
Uh,
way?
hell no. There's not a whole lot of surfing going on up there either because it's never it's barely like at the beach up in the bay, it's barely ever sunny. The marine layer is pretty much ever present. We have a few freak days that are hot and clear, but not really. But where I'm from in Napa, it is very sunny, but we're like 2 hours from the beach. So I gotta go, find my swimming elsewhere around there. But so I grew up being like the beach is freezing, the sand is hard, it's hella fucking windy, It's loud from the wind, my ears hurt, there's sand everywhere, and it's the rough kind, and my skin hurts, hating it. But then, like, I remember the first time going to a beach in San Diego and being like, "This water feels really different." And I can, like, jump in the waves, like, in a swimming suit, and I'm having a really good time. Um, but the waves were pretty rough. And then I remember swimming in the Mediterranean, like, in Benidorm, Spain. And I had this is kinda gross, but I had this, like, really creepy infected cut on my elbow, and it was fucking healed. Not, not gone, but it went from going into the ocean infected and, like, creepy,
Mhm.
and leaving, and it just, like, being better, like, no longer infected.
Magic
It was
powers, perhaps?
magic powers of the Mediterranean. But, like, that
Ooh,
water
I
was
just real quick, like,
wonderful.
album title maybe? Magic powers of the Mediterranean? Just saying,
Ooh,
just saying.
NPM. That's pretty nice. I will jot it down in my diary.
Do it, yeah. Anyways, sorry, a little sidetrack
A
there. Anyways, so, yeah, and then you were
and
cured. You cured your ailment.
it cured my ailment, and then going somewhere like the south of France, um, actually, me and Ty Siegel and, was, like, met up with me and the Clams, at the end of one of his tours. He and his partner ended up staying longer, Danae, and met up with us, and we, like, went swimming this one day, in the south of France, and it was like, I'd never been in an ocean in a beach like that before, where it's, like, so calm, there's no fucking kelp anywhere, there's the beach was, like, almost, like, the same temperature as the air, and you just start to walk in, and then it's chest deep. So you're just floating, like, basically in a pool, but it's mother nature.
Right, a natural pool,
I
perhaps.
loved that. That was really cool.
I like that story. Very,
You
very
do?
nice.
Really?
Yes, yeah. Ty Segall's the man. How often have you came across your music peers like that Ty Segall thing in France? How often does that happen? Like, "Oh, fucking what's his face is here from such and such," or "She's here from so and so," and it's like, Madrid or something like that, or somewhere weird.
Pretty frequently because, well, more frequently than you would expect because, you're really touring in seasons, you know? So, like, you're probably not gonna be touring the south of France in January. There's not, like that's there's not a lot of people touring there at that time. There's not a lot of people in the south of France that time other than, regular people living, but there's not a lot of people traveling to there. But, like, or Barcelona, there's, like, especially in Europe, like, in the United States, it's, like, year-round people tour, but college towns, you're not gonna be hitting those college towns, like, in the summer or during spring break or winter break, you're gonna avoid the college towns. But in Europe, they have a different kind of schedule, like, they kind of shut down in the summer, um, in I think it's August, and then for a good chunk of the winter. But then they have festival season. So a lot of the time, if there's like some big festival that has a bunch of like American garage rock bands every year, like chances are we're going to get a chance to like meet up with some buddies and we're going to be passing through the same cities and hopefully like if we're playing like opposing shows we can like meet up together afterwards and hang. So we've had a lot of fun hangs like that.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
How many celebrities have you seen at your fucking shows? You go, "Oh, that's fucking Tom Hanks or something." I feel like Tom Hanks would show up to your show.
I
Hanks,
mean,
perhaps.
I've seen a lot of celebrities since I've moved here, but I don't know about at my shows. I mean, the other day I went to Dan Auerbach, like the Black Keys were DJing this night, and They do these like DJ hangs now, record hangs, and they invite me to them. So I've gotten to go a few times.
Because
And
they're rad dudes, right? That's why. And they're
yeah,
good guys, and they got good taste in music.
yes, great taste in music, very good. I mean, like I'm Shazamming secretly a lot of the time. And yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, like do you want to guess who was there?
I feel like it's somebody big because of the way that you chuckled. I feel like there's like a hint of like I feel okay.
It was
Brad
like as Hollywood as it gets. I'll
Brad
say it's
Pitt. That like that's my guess.
two, no, it's not Brad Pitt, but
Okay.
two male actors under 50.
Steve Buscemi. No.
He's
Um.
not under 50. Oh my
He's,
god, I would have been so stoked to see him though.
yeah. He's good. Under 50. Under 50. I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe what about that fucking kid who played Elvis? What's his name?
Oh no, not
It's not.
him.
It's not him. I don't know. I was just. I'm taking a shot in the
Okay,
dark. I'm bad.
I'll just tell you.
I'm sorry.
Tobey Maguire and Leo DiCaprio.
Hanging out together. They're hanging out. They're
Yes, just like right next to me,
and,
like behind Dan's DJ booth.
and did you hit him with the hey, you can't be back here. You
No,
gotta move.
no, I shit, I should have though,
You
shouldn't
should
I?
have. That'd been funny. Yeah.
I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I didn't do it. Mm.
Those are pretty popular dudes.
Those are very popular dudes.
Did you say hello to him or no? You're just like
No, they had security, and there's like, I felt so out of place. I actually had a really, really good time. Do you know that band? Like, um, I guess they're more of a group. There's the Altons
yeah, the Altons, the
and
Sinceres,
the
the
Sinceres.
Sinceres.
They were there, so I was hanging out with them. They're so nice and sweet.
Oh, amazing musicians. Penrose
Yeah,
recordings.
Penrose. Yeah, so they were back behind the DJ booth too. So I eventually was hanging with them, and I felt much more like, I do a lot of stuff by myself here because a lot of my LA friends are like, I mean, they're all so awesome. Um, they're not big like lit like nightlife going out doing weird shit. And I'm kind of like, I just don't, I'm just gonna say yes to weird new experiences in my new life. So I just keep saying yes, but no one else is saying yes with me.
If somebody like let's say like for instance, like Toby Maguire comes up to you and he goes, oh, you're in a band? And you go, yeah, I'm in a few bands. You're like, oh, like what kind of music do you make? What would you say to him? Like, how would you describe the music that you make to Toby
Oh,
Maguire?
God. Okay, so someone like him, I'd probably really try to simplify. I don't know. I don't know anyone. I'm just trying to simplify and get out of the conversation because it's just I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard to explain. Um, I would say it's like um old, kind of like oldie. I don't know. Someone said something really cool the other day. They called it like spaghetti western prom, spaghetti western garage rock prom, and I was like, that's fucking it. But I don't know that Toby would get that.
Toby would get it. He's cool. He'd understand. You go,
Is
oh yeah,
he?
sick. I don't
He's
know.
cool. Okay, cool. Well,
Maybe. I
that's
don't
what
know.
I would say.
I've never fucking met him in my life. I don't think we don't travel in the same circles.
Oh,
Weirdly enough.
that's why I was doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Am I on the
Sorry.
right podcast?
Mm-mm. Other one. Few doors down. Three Doors Down. Remember that fucking band? I don't know one song that they sing, but yeah.
Sure you do.
No, I don't. I really can't remember any of that. I
Yeah, you
remember I
do.
remember these names, but I don't remember any of the songs that they sing.
Okay,
Like
it's
like Belvid DeVoe, I don't.
Kryptonite. That was their song, I think.
What,
Three Doors Down.
Belvedere DeVoe?
No, Kryptonite was Three Doors Down, I think. No, the Heart in a Blender. No, that's Eve 6.
What is Eve
Fuck, I don't
6?
know.
That's all right. Well, we'll Shazam it later on and we'll figure it out. What do you want people to take away from the music that you make? And what is the Three Doors Down song as well? I'll also take that answer.
Three Doors Down, I think is Kryptonite. Kryptonite, oh yeah. It's really bad.
I don't know that song, but all right.
It's really dumb. You might recognize it when you, whatever. Maybe you've never heard it.
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't know, but I'll know it after this.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Well, what I like to take away from music is, I mean, I like to hear something and have it stick with me, and I like to be thinking about it and want to go back to it, and want to like learn about the band and their influences, and or even before you get to that point, like I want to connect with it. So like for some reason this song or like the show is connecting with me, and it's like feeling really good for whatever reason. Whether it's just like really fun, or it's like healing my heart or giving me a fucking break from my life or whatever it is. So I guess I want to be able to provide people an experience, like a place. I want to give them like a place, a little place.
What's your favorite song to perform live?
I like to play this one called If You Could Know. It's like it's off I don't know, the last album we did. It's off
Year of the
Onion,
Spider.
I think.
Year of the
Oh,
Spider.
You're the Spider? Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh,
I sure
sorry.
hope that I'm right on that.
Yeah, okay. I like playing that song. It's
Okay.
like very short. It's like a minute and a half. To me, it's like pure joy. I wrote the song when I was really fucking happy. It was like I wrote it in a dark period of my life before, and it was when I'd like suddenly gotten this crush on someone, and it's not even about the person, it's about like feeling that, like feeling alive, and like how good it feels to, I don't know, how good it feels to like have a crush, or just, it's not even about having a crush. It's just like feeling alive, like sometimes you have that moment where you're like, fuck, I'm alive.
Yeah.
So that song is like me trying to like kind of capture that, and it's so short um and hyper, and I really wanted to like, I don't know. Yeah, I love playing that song.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah,
When do you feel most alive, Shannon?
playing
Playing salad
playing
bowl. Got it.
playing music. um yeah,
Good.
playing music, maybe jumping into water.
But by like a beach up north in like Napa or something like that, preferably.
Maybe. I went to Mexico this winter. um uh and I went to a like an underground cave, a cenote. It was really deep underground, like the deepest one I've ever been to. They had these like platforms that you could leap off into the darkness, into the water. And it was really fucking scary. and I jumped off that. It was like, I don't know, 35 feet high or something. That was really high for me.
It's a good distance. It's a good amount of
Highest thing I've ever jumped off.
35 feet. That's something to shake your head at. That's nothing to Shazam about, you know?
Yeah.
Shannon, you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming back on. I really, really appreciate it. And of course, as always, got some promo to do. So Shannon and the Clams music streaming everywhere. Hunx and his Punx music streaming everywhere as well, correct? Good
Yep.
deal. Your solo stuff, just Shannon Shaw, streaming everywhere as well. And yeah, the Shannon and the Clams. Where's the best place that they can get the merch? Is that like on the website,
Yeah.
shanandtheclams.com?
Yep. ShannonandTheClams.com. We got our merch
Is it
store up there.
is it Shannon or shanandtheclams.com? I can't remember. Yeah.
Our Instagram is Shan and the Clams because some butt nugget took Shannon and the Clams, which is very rude. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Our website is Shannon and the Clams.
There's that really cool, like I think it's called a ringer shirt. Like white ring collar and like dark blue and yellow lettering. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, it's the best shirt. It's my favorite shirt. However, we haven't been able to find that freaking blank since COVID. We keep getting other ones and they're just not good enough.
You know, the first
So
time
we're
I
on the
saw it
hunt.
was David Pacheco from Tropa Mágica.
Love those boys so
Yeah.
much. I
And
gotta tell him I moved here.
he was rocking that shirt. He lives in Albuquerque now, I think, but Renee's still
What?
here. Yeah, I think Albuquerque.
Why?
He went over to find aliens, but then he found love. That's what he said on here. I think that was his
Oh
thing.
my God, I love him. Sweethearts.
They're fucking awesome.
Sweetheart.
Anyways, yeah, he was rocking the shit out of that shirt. I was like, I gotta get that shirt, and then I can't find that shirt. So
Well, they have it there. It's not as soft as David's.
Mhm.
I remember when David got his, but if you know of any t-shirt makers that make made in America, high quality, unisex ringers, let me know. I'm looking.
Good deal. Okay, so you can find the rest of the merch at shanandtheclams.com. That'll be linked below, of course. And Easy Eye Sound, you're the spider, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. And previous ones elsewhere and the Bandcamp.
Yeah.
shanandtheclams.bandcamp.com. That's my guess, but you know what it'll be right below. And Jen, do we have anything else to promote?
No, Clams did record about 6 weeks ago, but it's not announced yet. But when this comes out, it'll probably be announced that we recorded. But we don't know when it's coming out or anything
But
like
why
that. So
can't
that's just exclusive info for you.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. But then when it comes out, the other podcast that you did will already know about it, so it's fine.
I didn't tell them.
Because you saved it for the Vineyard because it's the best podcast around, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't say it, you said it.
Exactly.
Shannon, again, you're the best. Will you come on a fourth time later
Of
on?
course.
Okay.
Of
And
course. I'm not very busy or anything.
4th through the 14th. Those times are gonna be really good. But
That's when we hit our stride.
we had to push through this one, I understand. But next 10 are gonna be really, really good. So stick around for
Absolutely.
that. Shannon,
Yeah.
you're fucking
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop recording this and I'll talk to you in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Hey, thank you. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Shock at the end. Okay.
OC.
Yeah.